finish in grand fashion. And an Ascent map where hopefully we see some more Coldamenta Odin.
Oh, yes. We love some Coldamenta and Odin. And surprises that we have here, talking about composition, was in Mixwell. Back on that Cypher, he was playing that Sky, but he's decided to take back on that Sentinel. Also, Vitality got us more used to seeing Astra on Brams instead of that Omen. Decided to change this as well. See what they do. Also, we have Breach on them. Oh, that's scary.
G2 have actually made a lot of headway into mid. Really, it's space that Vitality are happy to give. They're making a bit of noise, boasting a little bit on short. Clearly Vitality know that G2 perhaps want to go B on this pistol. I think as time goes on, G2 might realize that something's maybe a bit problematic, and as time has gone on, they're moving away. So free plays for Vitality effectively out of the picture.
I don't know if they knew about this gap. I think they can fit through it. He lost the sight on it. Kellogg's keeping that mid part clear for him through Pizza, because he's going to go back, and the rotation from Vitality are going to come in.
Now they're breaking through. Brams is holding on, and he's continuing on. It's a 4K already. He's not going to get the ace. Jesmond is there to watch the back onto Kellogg's, and it was a slow, very bunkered down hold for Vitality, but Brams again the hero.
Thank God that we got this replay, and can we please do something to the Frenzy already because of this distance? He even had time to reload. That is devastating. First round for them. Looks like they're gonna keep that Frenzy. Vac is gonna just keep on that one. And first round for Vitality. Again, the map that they chose to pick. Sorry. G2 picked. We had this conversation off stream as well. See what they can do. They decided to start defending, and they really need a good start after losing that second map. Could have given the 2-0 really close one.
It's strange because G2, we saw them play this map a bit earlier on against Mixwell over from the Sky to the Cypher. Brief changes in their composition, but it looks like that is the only one. Vitality, well, they got a closed invitation. We haven't seen them play since Stage 2, at least in VCT. They've messed around in a couple of the third-party tournaments beforehand, but not really done all that much in them, to be honest. Kind of struggled to the likes of the old Excel and Megastitute, which I'm surprised they didn't qualify, to be honest. Obviously, they're missing one of their star players on that Megastitute roster. Kellogg's. He's moved over to G2 and he's thriving here, but maybe not so much in this series. Bit of shakiness and nerves.
Shakiness. Brams is gonna go against his own smoke. Kellogg's that's inside, and he cannot help his teammates. Brams is hungry today.
Last player standing.
With that crosshair,
Maybe he can add another 4K to it. Yeah, it's just Coldamenta. He hasn't bought up much, but there's maybe a couple of guns on the ground that he could potentially pick up. There's no time to go anywhere else, and catches Brams actually taking a peek and looking. Vitality probably losing more than they wanted to. It's not necessarily a pocket round, as you call it, coming up for them.
Oh!
But frankly, that's fine. They could pick up the operator in round 3.
I mean, definitely. And Brams is gonna take that Phantom as well. 7 kills for him in just these 2 rounds. It was supposed to be a bonus, but apparently back even on stage has, you know, different opinion on that one. They're playing without a duelist. So maybe, you know, Sage being that Sentinel that's not really a Sentinel, you can take it up as a duelist as well. Kellogg's taking this position. He's gonna spot back. Oh, this is big. He does. Oh, he heard the operator. He could go get it, but it's risky. Low key.
Just saw the tip of the top of him.
Oh, look, it's his turn. They don't have info though, or whether the G2 players have moved. Maybe where the shots came from. Now the smoke and the drone, maybe to take up some info. Go across it. It's gonna spot at least one of the players. Kellogg's here. Slight pick to break it, and Aboba again with the smoke. None left though. The attack needs to go. The execute needs to be now. Coleman and Abova getting the kills. Open and Jessamine just with this judge needs to defend B side. Also with Brams on the backside. It's not gonna be... Oof. It's actually a flawless victory for G2. Easy on that one. Easier. I don't know if they picked up the operator. They didn't. That would have been too much for them.
That's a big loss for a gun. But G2 seemed to deal with it. It passed hands like a baton. I was trying to fix my microphone because it was falling off its stand.
It's fine.
G2 were able to make sure the Vitality can't push on from the pistol that they had. Because of the damage that they did on round 2, only going down to 2 Vitality players, they don't really have the money to buy up here, so they've got sort of half weapons, Spectres, but mostly saving that dosh.
Yeah, it was pretty risky to play that bonus in a non-bonus way, risking all that on that huge investment that the operator is. Makes Will clearing up that there's no one pushing in. He's not going to spot Sender because he's inside of the smoke. He's going to see the drone. Probably waiting for it. When there's a drone, there's someone pushing behind. Yes. Makes Will too smart to miss that one.
Sender's fault lines have been on point. There's another one that connects. It's not really going to do all that much in the grand scheme of things, but Mixwell might think twice before he pushes on to bait a bit more towards B. It's an A execute coming in. Checking all of these corners. You can never be too careful, knowing that Vitality are pretty desperate on money, what kind of guns they'll be having in their lineup. But Kellogg's, yet again, is breaking on through, finding openings. And just constantly being a noisy player for Vitality to deal with. And the rest of G2, more than happy to play off of that. As Avova goes in and Nucky, they peek off of the initial noise that the jet makes. Clean up this A site very quickly.
Yeah, and Colamenta is not allowing Loki to get any peeks. Sender is going to come off from mid, trying to do some damage to the team. They got to try because they're not a full buy this round, so they got to try at least. He's making the noise with Sender. He does have this Vandal, but this is not looking good for them, obviously. I'm still not sure about that second, like that third round, that bonus, but no bonus. I think it's really clear that you need to think ahead and just get in and this kind of buy so early in the game.
Yeah, it might have just ruined their economy a little bit.
Yeah.
Smart of G2 to be able to deal with it, though.
Yeah.
Clearly they know that it's a habit that maybe Vitality have. Loki, even though he picked up a Phantom, still dies just on the edge of the spike exploding. G2 even up the scores. Now Vitality can get that full buy-in. And I think Loki was 4,900 credits, just short of getting the sort of bit of armor and an operator to pass over to a teammate. Well, Vitality need to keep this one under wraps. I don't have any ultimates coming up, but G2 do.
Yeah, I think that they need to play this couple next rounds pretty safe, pretty standard in that way. They need to guarantee the rounds because, again, it's their defense. They need to create some bank for themselves. I think all the players playing rifles is just easier for that.
Coldament is not going to know the Brams is pushed up on this left-hand side, a little bit more down A lobby. Lato is compromised. Condimenta, quite rightly, is just giving it a bit more room to breathe, seeing if anybody else from Vitality is going to continue to push. And there is 2 players over there. Both Cinder and Brams are taking this incredibly carefully. G2 are moving people around the map. The peak is there. It's a good one. And that's big considering the spike was heading over to A. Avova is now in a position where Coldamenta just went down.
Yeah, and Kellogg's here on shore. I don't think they expect him here. They know that they sold all that space. Sender's smart enough not to pick. He's not completely sure. He's not going to risk it. Oh, now he knows. God. So those nanos making Kellogg's leave his position. And the spike is walking back again towards B. Nuki here. It's a privileged position for him. And Jasmine's not going to expect him. He's one away from Brent as well.
Yeah, Kellogg's, who gets caught with burst in hand, and Vac is doing a pretty good job of holding on before Avova takes him down. 1 versus 2 now. Rams and Cinder making their way into the site was their initial play that started off the round with that kill onto Coldamenta. The flash is near on perfect. It shuts down Avova and what he was trying to do. Brams picks up the 3K and 3 rounds for Vitality.
Yeah, and those flashes, the G2 are not going to be counting on despite, well, they have that paranoia, but it's just maybe not going to be enough. Vitality playing without a duelist, definitely in the defense is not that much needed. I mean, obviously everybody can use a little vac on Jet, but if they want to play it this way, completely free, they both teams have their resurrections available for this round. Very important round. Right there. For them, as I was saying, and Vitality needs to make sure that they get at least the next round to make it 4-2, give them a little more space. Right, they need to know that they play the defense accordingly to what they expected from it.
Nice aggressive camera. Loki might have been able to be close enough to the wall that his position wasn't giving up. Recon.dat gets all of the information that he could ever want. Loki slipped in, shuts the door in the face, and some of the cyber cages from Mixwell are at least going to mask him as he gets onto the back. Loki, going in to safety behind the logs into the boathouse, does get hit by the paranoia and provides more space and time to Kellogg's to really get in there. Over, teleporting out of the way just in time. It's a good press because now it's areas of the map that Vitality need to clear. Ova's not even near the action anymore.
Yeah, and Nuki, after getting the kill, he walks off that wall. Spike's been planted, and this 3v5, I think, yeah, they're gonna save those guns. This is gonna be, at least they're gonna try. Brams definitely, we were telling he's a pacifist. When he doesn't feel like the round is gonna be won, let's just back off, you know, let's just chill on A and wait for the next one. This is gonna be also a flawless for G2. Off to a great start if we think of their playing attack on this Ascent.
Both teams trading round much like they've been doing across the series.
Yep.
But a really nice execute for G2, just a utility to provide Kellogg's the space to do his thing. Paranoia's hitting Avova, constantly being a nuisance towards market. Even Mixwell setting up nice cameras and cyber cages just to make things very difficult for Vitality to get the information that they want. There was nowhere near a chance for them to go in for that retake. They have had better rounds, and they've been able to pull some really spectacular ones. Regardless of how you look at it, Vitality, I think, have definitely earned their spot towards this end of the tournament. Should be considered maybe a top 10 team in the European region before we add on CIS and Turkey on top. This G2 team, have to keep an eye on them.
And we're all keeping an eye on them, especially Vitality right now. 2 of the players managed to get there to save those rifles, but the rest is not going to be as lucky. Also, the flash is coming in. Back fancy flank with the classic. He also has the rest. He's going to go in for the gun. Brand's falling as well. Oof.
Jessamyn's been really good this series as well. Just finds those hits. Coldamenta is 10 HP and just decides to pull out the Hunter's Fury based off very little.
Yeah, he just wanted to stop any kind of push, maybe get a little info if he tagged any of them, and also allow and create the space for Nuki to get this res onto Mixwell. That's a situation of 4v4. Boba here, just a Boba being a Boba.
So poor, but Jessamyn's on this mad flank now. Mixwell is checking it. He could really put this down. Jessamyn gets it. He's going to peek for more. He might have overstepped the margin. The wallbang's in the right idea, in the right place, and that's a third kill for him. Coldamenta goes down. He was already pretty low health. And back on this corner. It's awkwardly checked from Nuki. The spike is down on B. It's Sage walled off, and now it's all up for Brams. He's clutched out a few rounds already, but there's 13 seconds left. The spike isn't in a safe spot. He needs to win this duel onto Vac. Avova even, with the teams mixed up, but never mind. He's going to have time. He does have time to plant it at all.
No. It was very unlucky to see Boba using that wall, saying, no one's going to come after me. Yeah, the problem is they're waiting for you in that corner in B main. That lobby that was not cleared. They didn't have the info. They lost a lot of time going for that rest. The outcome could have been completely different, but this is another round that we give to Vitality on a round that, as we were saying, they saved 2 rifles. They didn't have, actually back up that first kill off of a classic, so Cheers to them. Also saving still that rest. He didn't get to use it. And again, Kellogg's looks like he's gonna be... Oh, he doubted. He had doubts. Like whether he was gonna go for the operator or not. Drone coming in, getting the info. Still, no info for him. Kellogg's again. Looking for the aggression here on B lobby. Can get a little bit of info. Back is the one that gets it.
Yeah, Vitality know where G2 are trying to push, but it's a nice default across the map. Might be a case of just trying to get out a mid now that Loki's got an eye on it. If Loki's paranoid about that position, more so the utility is going to follow. Nuki is been onto this spot. It's in fact given up from Loki. Nobody's really around him to sort of trade, and G2 slowly resetting and defaulting around the map with 50 seconds left.
Yeah, and it looks like it's gonna be able to take care because Jesmond and Brahms are here. Two great players, and all the Killjoy setup is ready to defend this A side. The execute is coming in at any point.
Brahms is ready. A great start for him, but Jesmond's the one that's really starting to shut the door on G2. Toldamenta is prying in open, but before he can even blink, Vitality on his defense again, trying to stop and shut down what G2 is trying. It's 2 rounds for them now. They've able to get in a row. A timeout required for G2 as well as a potential eco.
Yeah, potential and probably coming next round. They need to figure out what they're gonna do for the next the next round. Not only the next round, for the rest of the attack. They've been very caring about the middle part of the map, taking it most of the rounds, keeping an eye on it at all times. So Vitality, on the other hand, is not really looking forward to it. They had that round with the operator, and they're really not looking forward. We see pings on the map. The position in here with the wall on mid. See what we can get out of them. Also know that they're pretty strong on A. They don't know what the Killjoy is going to be playing. So the information needs to come from somewhere else. Maybe they're going to try A again.
G2 on their defensive breeze, they were 8-4 down. Their attack, Vicebox, they were 8-4 up. Right now, it's looking like Vitality are in the driving seat on this defense. Whilst the timeout might not necessarily reference this round, there is a buy in place. Half armor in a couple of cases, but still stuff to work with. No ultimate's close other than the no effect that they already have, and Vitality sitting on cash, sitting on ultimates, sitting back on A main.
Also trying to slow them. Right, oh, the aggression here in A. It's definitely what you expect out of a boss. Rams
Traded out.
yeah.
Senders, ooh, might have overstepped it. But back is
they have
able
the
to follow
spike.
up.
This is big.
Yeah, they follow up on that, and the Resurrect is there. 4 versus 3. Mixwell at least catches them that they're pushing up. Wants to make his presence known, but there's a small gap that's been watched by 2 Vitality players. And Vac is the one to get more information there. Sender even is able to get more information there. He scared the Cypher off.
Yeah, that gelato zone that we were seeing during the pause. That wall bangable wall, and also makes Will with only 9 HP left. Despite that they need to recover, and Vitality walks away. They know that the 3 players are gonna be braving this spike. They need to, you know, just let them their space. We're on a 4v3, not the situation to keep pushing. They're the ones that have 35 seconds left to decide what they're gonna do, and they've lost all the info that they have gathered during the beginning of the round.
Mixwell's only on a sliver of HP as well. Now they're heading to the site that has a Killjoy with the ultimate, with a lot of utility. But it's a last minute reset. I don't even think they're going to look for a plant here at this point. They're just going to hold on to their guns. 3 members surviving means that it's going to be okay.
10 seconds left.
Yeah, just even getting rid of classics for some reason.
Why
Kellogg's, not? Imagine if he accidentally threw the Vandal there.
Oh, God. That would have been something to talk about. He doesn't look really nervous, really, for the position that he's in right now. We were saying a young player playing for G2 now. Still doing giving the best of him. They did go for the spike, despite the situation of a 4v3, but they decided, like, that's what I told you, right? With those 35 seconds, what you're gonna do, you do not have the info, you know, Killjoy's alive, all the setups, and Mixwell being only 9 HP. It was pretty smart to save on this round and just think of the next one.
You know, Vitality 6-3. G2 holding on to free guns, now have a full buy here, and just an arrow theft to work off of. Kellox needs to be careful, but it didn't even matter in the end. He still wins the duel, he had no doubt really winning.
Thank God that he didn't throw the Vandal.
Yeah, good job. Now the Killjoy lockdown is going to not be used. It seems that that's the thing that Vitality want to be able to do, to just sort of keep that space away, but it hasn't stopped G2 from holding in this spot. Jesmond is the one to fall. They've got G2 here. You know that this B-side's opening. Kellox, he doesn't need anything else. He's out aiming some of these players. And Evolver at least watching the flank, protects from Brams. And Vac in a 1 versus 4. Does take out Kellox. He has it all to do himself.
It's what you get with Kellox, you know, the electricity of he's young, but he's a great player. Like, it's not gonna be able to move around from here with that Cypher cable and maybe trying to do some damage. Havoba, on the other hand, is not gonna allow him to. Not even gonna save that tier 1 gun. And again, just we're gonna see the repeat here, the replay. Just pretty classy, you know. You dash onto switch, you close the gate, close the door, allow the positioning for your team. Even with that lockdown that was supposed to create, you know, time especially for the rotation, was just not enough. And G2 was just, you know, calmly walking into point. Also, Jesmond, that he's been giving us great rounds, was not on point against the duel with against Kellox in that duel. Let's see what this round has for us.
Bladestorm, the Aldrun, leading on to B. 2 players from Vitality waiting on the back of this site. The dashing is going to be more towards Market and Vac with the operator. That's a tight angle to hold it from, but he's able to do so. He's going to get smoked off from Evolver, so slows off the main entrance. And a wall boost from Nuki to see if he can get some fights towards Boathouse. Probably isn't going to expect 2 players in that spot. The G2 are still trying to bully their way onto this B site, but they don't know how much it's really bunkered down from these Vitality players.
Yeah, let's see if Evoba can clear up that backside. Loki and Sender are inside. That recon arrow. Oh, this is the elbow. It's not gonna kill him though.
Wanna get Loki. That's a nice reaction though to get onto Sender, who was quiet the whole time. His utility still coming through, and Loki somehow manages to survive. Nuki from this wall boost. It was just in the nick of time as the wall broke right towards the end. But 30 seconds to go. G2 trying to plant the seed into Vitality's head that it's a bit of a bait and headed towards B. But no. Sender is still there. Vac even. Almost mixing up these players now. He's still there with the operator. Catches Mixwell, bodies him. Spike is going to go down fairly uncontested, but it's still a 3 versus 3.
Yeah, the spike's going to go down, planted right now by Mixwell. Yuki's going to be playing from B-man, and Bram's shoot no and clear. Oh, God. You know, it was a 50-50.
Yeah, it's an angle that really should have been cleared. Yuki's still continuing to be a threat here. Now 1 versus 1. Jesmond up against Coldamenta. Coldamenta's been able to clutch out a few of these, and that's another one to the tally. 5th round for G2 on this attack. Last round of the half coming up. And there might be very little to separate these 2 teams as we go on to the second half soon.
And it's a great result to have 5 rounds in this attack on this Ascent. Also, they've been repeating this past rounds as what was working on B. Definitely after that tactical pause. They were probably talking about whether it was the easiest side to attack on. Also, what they were going to do with the middle. We didn't see them as interested as they were on the first part of the map. And this last round, if we go on 6-6, this is great for G2.
It's really nice stuff. Kellogg's has been playing really well off Coldamenta's Aldruns. Have always been used pretty early on. Just a more positioned G2 in a more aggressive area, and Loki is taking the Hunter's Fury shots from a vast distance. At least one is able to hit. Now, Vitality, it's a question of how quickly you rotate, because his execute is now going to explode on through. keloqz is always there. He's always there to break you through if you're trying to play on the site. And whilst the Rolling Thunder is always good from Sender, there's no follow-up.
Yeah, no follow-up, and he catches up Bram, so he cannot follow up. And Mix will hear this position in tree. He's gonna be pretty determined for the team. keloqz frames Brams even from his feet. This is too easy of a round for G2 right now.
He's been playing much better on Ascent than he has done in the last couple of maps.
One enemy remaining.
He has been the true entry that you want. He could be ending this round with a multi-kill, but Loki's there to stop him from getting more than 3. G2 pull it back. 6-all at the half. They're about to go on the defense. Vitality maybe kicking themselves that they didn't start the second half with some rounds ahead of G2.
And the score has been pretty even during the whole series. Despite, I would say, probably Icebox, which is, you know, pretty attack-based. And I think that this is a great start for G2. As I was telling you, maybe Vitality can offer something more on the attack. But again, if this is the side that you chose and you only managed to get half of it, either this is a really close match, which I think it is, or G2 has outplayed you in some ways.
See how this pistol goes? It could be one that leans a team in a direction further on in the open bracket of closed series. G2 Vitality. Fnatic is watching and waiting for the winner. 10-star praying for the loser, I suppose.
Definitely pretty classic here. Vag taking the mid, probably using that wall close in CT. Maybe they want to walk up to the kitchen here with those flashes. Mixwell's going to avoid one of them. And with that prison, he's got the info. The reinforcements also comes in at that. Oh, I thought he was going to get the kill with that shock. That would have been amazing.
Look how many players from G2 are waiting now.
Yeah,
there's so many looking for these fights, and now they're going to start to find the ones that are necessary. keloqz gets one. Send it down to 26 HP. It's the last player in mid. He has the spike. That's the spike down. Pulled him into following through. I think just taking pot shots with the wall bang.
I have the spike.
And you know, there's a reason why that play with Sage is so basic and classic. Putting that wall close in CT up to any pushes from there. And it's because that push onto CT is a coin toss. Lamenta here finding Jesmond, and Aboba's gonna finish Loki. And as I was telling you, once you get Mixwell with the prison and they hear you and the backup comes in, you need to walk off from there. Because you know that at least one of them is there and they got the info on you. At least seen 2 of you, so they're waiting for you. So why don't you just decide to change your plan in that moment?
Yeah, it's an odd one. It's also been a long day for at least G2. Vitality have only had this series to play. G2 have had 2 best of 3s since the start Monday.
Oh,
2 more
yes.
to go. It's a long gauntlet, and Coldamenta, we've seen that Odin work out a bit, but not going to confirm the kill, at least onto Vak, who is continuing to try and push ahead. The keloqz in the second round after the pistols picked up the Phantom, leaving nothing to chance.
Yeah, and they're not thinking about this round as a second round, but more as an odd bonus. Sinuki here with the Spectre, though. Use this wall. Oh, Carol Colamenta. Oh. Classic is always a classic, you know? See what's going on in the middle there. Those is fun. 3 already, and it was gonna be fast, maybe not that fast. Save that Ares for me. No, better with Spectre. And if we don't see Colamenta here with the Odin, I'm gonna be very sad. Not this round, but I'm gonna be very sad if we don't get to see him again on Ascent with this Odin.
He's got an Ares.
Oh, it works for me. Completely.
The same idea. G2 trying to save as much money as they can. Certainly a winnable round. It depends on the play overall. Someone's defending now. keloqz now starting to pull ahead with the frags. Is shining again. It's good to know that you can always rely on this player because no individual has been a problem for either side. Really does feel like two teams just trying to work themselves out, fix some of the issues that they have on the maps that we've already played. But so far on Ascent, there's been very little to separate them, but G2 might be able to change that depending on how this pocket round actually goes.
Yeah, Zero with the Spectre gathering a little bit of info, but he gives out his position. The drone is gonna seek out anyone from pizza to market. You see a door closed. Oh no, how sad, but they're gonna go again for the CT. See him back here. Is he gonna use the wall now? Yes, he is. He's learned his lesson. Oh.
Okay, it's a different wall. I don't know if he meant to do that, considering he hopped straight off of it. It still works.
No, it works the same.
Yeah, it allows for a bit more of an aggro peak, and it might be something that if you have a Vova playing from that position, might need to be cognizant of that rotate. It's actually going to paranoia through tree. Doesn't hit all that much, but Vitality scared away from it a little bit. 30 seconds left. They're heading towards B.
Yeah, but if Famplex Phoenix had taken up all to 30 seconds to start the attack, and they're gonna run, literally run onto A, but I don't know if they expect the Vova to get this close, and with the Spectre, you gave him everything that he wanted. 13 seconds, he gets 2, Kelly's fighting the 3rd, and this is almost impossible for Jesmond.
Back just trying to make a run for it, and Jesmond's nowhere near the action. Things are now starting to be a bit more touch and go for Vitality. That was a full buy for them, and they lost to a bonus round for G2. Although, to be fair, you look at some of the guns that they're picking up, not holding on to them anymore.
Oh. That's a teammate. Nuki just dropped Kolamenta and Odin.
That's what you want.
Exactly. That is the stage. She heals you, she rests you, she gets the kills, and she drops you an Odin. And still, when she's got the rest, you're gonna go, oh, by the way, Sage, do you know that you have rest?
The perfect impression.
Thank you. It was a polite one.
Very polite, yeah.
See how Vitality
No
does
disrespect.
Shiko round. You can get out of the sheriffs, some specters as well. Oh yes.
It's a place that seems to work, and Vitality are going to feel the brunt of it. We saw that on day one. Playing it from short, being able to break those metal frames that are protecting just outside of B lobby.
See also this mid part. We want to get some incidents there. Aboba again. Defending with the smokes on the sake. And they're just taking up so much time. Every single round. I don't think it's really working for them. Kellis gets a kill and Sender with this push and gets a spike down. Loki's gonna have to walk back, but yeah. Alex is gonna be waiting, isn't he?
His first kill stats must be pretty strong. The amount of triple kills he's been able to get as well have been impressive. Wasn't a round that you really had Vitality there to take. But even though the scores and rounds were constantly being knocked side to side and very even, it's been 4 rounds in a row that G2 have been able to take in this half. 7 in a row since Vitality picked up their 6th. Starting to become a bit more of a problem. They were, how much up? 6-3 up, and now it's 10-6.
Exactly. That sounds really great for G2 that they haven't still lost a single round on this defense. They're also going to be able to get an operator for Calyx, whose performance definitely deserves, you know, some kind of prize. So there you go. Have this operator get some kills, have some fun. Let's see if they can stop this attack that's going to come towards A. Anytime, I would say anytime soon, but with previous rounds, I don't know how long they're going to take to decide. Oh, Colamenta, where's the lineup for that? Oh, he's droning. Oh, but he's still got the info. There's nothing there. And Kellick's here. I don't know if this flank with the operator is it going to turn out, but he also has a Stormblade in case he needs it. He needs it.
Kellogg's lurking with the operator is somehow working out great for G2. He's going to continue to peek. He's going to find the fight against Brams. And as we see Vitality using the lockdown to open up the A site, they're in a nightmare scenario. Between a rock and a hard place, he's dropped the operator, picked up the Vandal, and he's in for the ace. Amazing play from the recent addition for G2. Welcome to VCT Kellogg's.
Welcome. We hope that you like it and we hope that you want to stay because definitely we want players like you to be here. We were saying the flag with the operator. It can be good, it can be bad. He has the Stormblade, you know, he can work it out. He doesn't need it. He just doesn't. You know, he'll take your Vandal, then come get back his operator. 27 kills so far from him. Crazy.
He looked wobbly, certainly on Icebox, a bit on Breeze as well, but here he's absolutely thriving right now. The operator's still in his hand, the Bladestorm good to go. Gonna be playing from mid, and Vitality yet again, no money, forced onto shouts and half armor. It's starting to unravel very quickly in such a close series.
Yeah, we'll see if Kellis can find this here. Vitality playing pretty standard. You want to get a little bit of info that takes some interest. Mid. Oh, yeah, Kellis I think is more interested right now.
He's still on it. He's still able to find some stuff and making things difficult. Jesmond, no fear from him, no reason to so far, but it would be match point for G2 if Vitality can't make anything happen here. Kellogg's versus Durka is potentially a series we could see tomorrow. That's a matchup that you definitely want to be watching.
We're definitely 2 rounds away to see that happening. So let's see if it goes for G2. Otherwise, we'll be back on that spot. Rams that finds Smixwell, but Nuki's there for the refrag. Still, 4v3 situation right here. Spike's found his way onto A side. It's gonna be pretty hard.
30
This
seconds
eco
left.
round again with all this sheriffs. Maybe just get the plan and also the extra money because they're gonna play everything. They're gonna put everything into this last round. That was unlucky. That was really unlucky.
And again, one of these paranoias is making things tough for Vitality, who are playing this very close and having the deep hold. Kellogg somehow is still alive. He was just there as bait. The rest of his team could clean up around him. He was just dancing in the air like an idiot, but it worked out. It kept the attention of Vitality. Match point for G2.
They're gonna have...
It's nice to be able to see them do so well. Vitality looked amazing in this series, but just in his half alone is where it started to dip.
Yeah, and double the rounds. We're gonna see a timeout here. Kind of late for that one because they gotta put 6 rounds in a row, not a single loss, to get this to overtime. So maybe this time I should have come, you know, earlier. Maybe when it was like 6-9, even 6-10. But right now, I mean, obviously they have to play every single round, and it's. Of course it's doable. Is it going to be hard? Extremely, because this defense from G2 just seems unbreakable.
I wonder what the call is for Vitality. They have a concoction of ultimates, though, that they can make work for this round. Playing off of Sender's Breach and Rolling Thunders has been a pivotal thing for Vitality. This is going to be a tough uphill climb. Even if they win this next round, G2 have had 6 rounds worth of wins when it comes to the money that they have. Obviously a buffer of rounds that they can let go. But really, Vitality just need to break this streak. 9 rounds for G2 in total. Kellogg's hovering almost at 30 kills total. And a KD of just under 3.
Oh, he has 3 because assists do count. So yeah, it would be like a 3 something, 3 low. But yeah, definitely. If this is your last map, look at Kellogg's opening it again, taking Jesmond out, and he keeps pushing with that operator. I mean, when you
With
have
the
a
help
KD
of Coldamenta as well.
yeah, when you have a KD. Oh, Loki here. Didn't have the same opinion on that one.
Needs to be the villain. He needs to keep Vitality in this and does so. Gonna peek out and find a fight against Avova. It's not necessary to push on any further than that. So much for Vitality to make work here. They have a player advantage. They need to set up these plays now. Brams just caught in the middle of 2 G2 players. And as Vitality are trying to find information, they're finding fights, and at least they win this one. Sender's opened up this B site, but Mixwell is right there, right in front, and Vac is trying to close him down.
Yeah, they need also to use that res, but they're not gonna be able to use it on anyone because look what they die. Brams dying in the position in short A is really unlucky, but Loki wants to finish this. He was the villain at the beginning of the round, and he's going to be the villain also at the end. 4K for him, still 5 rounds that Vitality needs to save in a row to get this to overtime. It's complicated.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where Vitality didn't have to use some of those big ultimates that they have. Worked out well, even though some of the areas that they had these engagements were wonky.
Well. Because Bram's dying there on tree. I don't think that was the move, especially on that 3v3. I understand that you want to, take the surprise, but I would maybe wait it for mid or something like that. I would just consider that a mistake.
Kellogg's having a fight is going to at least try and back out a little bit more. There's a Hunter's Fury, the sound of it coming out the attack from Loki. Connects onto one, but there's no follow-up, there's no kill. Now, the Hunter's Fury going to be used on the defense to see if there's going to be a quick A hit, slows down the pace. A is looking to be under a little bit of pressure considering Vac has walled his way into tree. But the spike in their hands, Desmond is in sort of B lobby area. It's right in that link. Slowly making his way over to his teammates, and Mixwell might be able to sort of ruin his party before it gets started, but Sender's there to protect.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure about Vag being the first one going in, especially with that res and the situation that they're in right now. The spike has rotated all the way down. Abuba's not gonna get stunned, but this Rolling Thunder. But still, he's gonna wait. Oh, he thought he was gonna wait for his team. Chessman had definitely other plans for him.
Spike planted.
So it looks like they're really gonna save this next round. Nuki with the res, but he's not gonna even think of using it. And Kellos is saving that operator. This is gonna be the 8th for Vitality. The dream is alive.
The dream is alive. Off the back of the Hunter's Fury and the Rolling Thunder.
Oh,
Kellogg still adding to his tally. His collection of notches is going to be well over 30 at this point. But it is an 8th round for Vitality. It's been a lot slower now. Attacks have been good for Vitality, picking out these individual fights and splitting up G2 as much as they can. Just one false move. G2 are able to take this series.
Oh. Stop it. Okay, no more movement. I was gonna say, I mean, the first rounds, the Vitality was like so slow, like attacking when there's only 30 to 20 seconds left. It was definitely not working for them, and they repeated that same strategy for at least 2 or 3 rounds in a row, and I think it really wasn't working for them. They were probably waiting for some aggression from G2, but G2's not needing, like right now, they're not needing to be aggressive, so that why would they? They do manage to get this 2 rounds where they've been way more explosive, well, especially this last one, because previous one was all of Loki doing. They need to be, I think they work better when they're more aggressive. They don't take up that much time.
Things have started to look a bit more straightforward for G2. Just the operator on A main, no pushing, just holding the angle. With this no duelist come from Vitality, there's plenty of utility to try and move a player like this. Of over spots too, they could have lined up for the shots there. Paranoia comes in and Slorb's trying to keep him at bay, allows Sender a bit of space to go for a peek. It's actually Nuki that gets the first kill over in mid-link. Look, still there with the operators, 2 sightlines to watch. Multiple players could come out of either of them, so instead of trying to overstep the mark, he's quite rightly backing out. Knows when he wants to be passive, knows when he wants to hold, because Evolver's doing a similar thing in tree. It's finding success. The Resurrect for Vitality is going to be used. Evolver gets a second. He's out of the server for now. 4 versus 3 for G2. The spike is eventually going to get planted. Now Vac holding in through the remnants of the barrier orb that he put up. It brings Evolver back in. The numbers advantage keenly in favor now for G2. And they're still holding on to these positions. It's really this neutral fight. Kellogg's again going in for this 3rd peak, seeing if he can find an opening, see if he can find Vitality. As they're slowly breaking away and getting these kills. Mixwell just jumps out. Vitality is still able to hold on here. Nuki again closing it up. And Vac rushing onto site now, needs to make it through. That's onto Kellogg's. The defuse is being attempted, but Nuki holds his nerve. He's able to clear it. And G2 13-8, 2-1 fashion.